like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave me a comment. Without further ado,
Hyperdellic.
Hey kids, it's Hyperdellic. Today, we're going to review Cheetos. No. We're going to review Chester the Cheetah from Jada Toys. Yes, another Jada Toys figure. Good lord. These guys make so many good figures. And, sorry, a little Cheeto ASMR for you. Gotta make sure I get all the Cheeto dust off my fingers before I play around with this figure. I'm so excited for this one today. The only way I could be more excited is if this was the Tony the Tiger figure that's coming, shortly from Jada. I cannot wait for that one. But when I saw this one, I was like, get the heck out of here. Did they really make a Chester the Cheetah figure? And at first I was like, why? But then once I saw it, I was like, well, duh. That's why. This looks to be a phenomenal figure. So far, I've only had some of the Mega Man figures, a couple of them, Mega Man and Fireman. The Fireman video should come out in a little while. It's not high on my priority list, unfortunately. But I've also got the Mega Man, and then I've got a bunch of the Street Fighter figures. Dalsim, M. Bison, Chun-Li, and Ryu, or Ryu, whichever is your cup of tea. And whichever cup of tea you like, you drink the heck out of that tea. Anyways, I love them all. So far, every figure that I've gotten from Jada is amazing. So much so that I went back and I grabbed the Creature from the Black Lagoon. It's one of my favorite old horror movies from when I was a kid. I loved when it was in 3D, and I had to try and figure out why these weren't as successful as they should have been. I'm probably going to try and pick up the Bride of Frankenstein and Frankenstein at the very least. But today we're going to be talking about this guy. I don't want you to look at this too much. Nope, just a preview. You got to get through the rest of the video. But I am so excited that I love the fact that he comes with his own bag of Cheetos. The box art is pretty phenomenal. I remember when this is funny as heck. I love that they did this. Jada is a really good toy company. I think Jada this year alone has proven themselves in the action figure arena. And I think that some of the stuff that Jada has done really runs circles around a lot of the other toy makers. If you disagree, I challenge you to pick up a few Jada figures and play with them. You may not disagree after that. But in the meantime, we're going to take a look at this one. Yes, I'm still eating Cheetos. Shut up. This is my video. I can do whatever I want. Oh my god, Cheetos are the bomb. Alright, without further ado, I'm going to finish this bag of Cheetos and I'm going to open this box. Alright, I'll see you on the other side of the transition.
Hyperdellic.
Alright, and we're back. And yes, that is a bag of Cheeto Puffs. And I'm going to show you how to eat Cheetos without getting Cheeto dust on your fingers. That's right. Those are chopsticks, buddy. You thought I was done with the Cheetos? No, I'm not. No, not at all. I did have to get a bag of Cheeto Puffs, though, because my daughter's snack pack it somehow miraculously ran out of regular Cheetos. I don't know how that happened. Oh my god, these things are ridiculous. They're probably all the salt and MSG they put in them. Oh, alright. Let's review this thing. So, I said before, I was like, why? Why did they make this? But now that I have him in hand, I'm like, oh my god, this is one of the coolest figures I have. Okay? He comes with a few accessories. One is this Cheeto. It looks like a real Cheeto, too. It's funny as heck. And then the second thing, his other accessory, is a bag of Cheetos. This is a tiny little bag of Cheetos. It's outstanding. I love it. The only problem I have with this bag of Cheetos is that it does not like to stay in his hand. You have to kind of kajigger it. And I only have one issue with this figure, and it's a paint mistake. That's it. Right there. I don't know if you can see it. I'll show you on the close-up. But there's like a spot that is not quite holding its paint correctly. I don't know why, but I'm a little sad about it. But it's fine. It's just one spot. It's just so cool. Okay, so he comes with 3 other accessories. One of which is a couple of hands. And normally I would show you like a little picture of them, but I need to show these close up because one of these hands, and actually I think one of the other hands that he has right now, it has Cheeto dust all over them. I'm just like, that's hilarious and awesome, and I love it. Right? But here's his other 2 replacement hands. There's a little bit of airbrush spray to give it some lightness in the middle there, if you notice. I love it. Jada does that with their figures, and it's a really nice touch. Mega Man had a couple of spray spots where it was, you know, basically just to give it some variance in tone. And then the other thing that he comes with is a second head. And now, we'll take a look. I do have one small gripe, and that's that these maybe should have been some sort of black wire rather than plastic, so that you can bend them a little bit. But I get it, they wanted them to stay straight, but they're kind of cattywampus, right? They don't stick out straight. If we look on the bag, his whiskers are a little bit better, you know, defined. But they had to do what they had to do. But like I said, it's a small gripe. It's not a big gripe. It's a small one. So we'll turn him around real quick for you. You can see the backside. He doesn't have much of a butt. It's just a round butt. This tail and all of his bits are all articulated. Everything is articulated, except for the whiskers. There's no jaw articulation either. But his arms are articulated, the hands are articulated. I want to say, all right, let me see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 points of articulation. That's not bad. He doesn't have double jointed elbows or anything like. And see, I told you that the Cheeto bag just does not want to stay in his hand. The second you touch him, the Cheeto bag falls. Speaking of Cheeto bag. Listen, I told you before, this is my video. I'm gonna eat on it. If I want to be a fatty, I can be a fatty in my video. I think that at first glance and the first time you think about it, like the idea of doing food mascots sort of seems a little crazy. It's a huge risk. Jada took the risk. They were like, screw it, we're gonna do this. And I think they really, really do it well. I cannot wait for that Tony the Tiger one. And I might have to be in on the Scooby-Doo ones that they're doing. Those look pretty phenomenal too. Jada is going to become probably one of my favorite toy makers. I don't know what to say. They came out of nowhere as far as I'm concerned. Yep, that's another Cheeto. What? They're good. Alright, we got to do a close-up on him because he has some phenomenal features. Alright, let's do that now.
Hyperdellic.
Okay, we're close up. Don't judge me for eating Cheetos. It's not easy being cheesy. I was trying to figure out a way to work that into this video for so long. Listen, Chester the Cheetah was iconic when I was a kid. Okay? When the second he came out, Cheetos just became even more legit. Okay? Chester didn't come out until like maybe the mid 80s, I want to say. Possibly even closer to the 90s. I'm not even sure. I don't remember exactly when he came out. I know he wasn't always the mascot of Cheetos. And then all of a sudden he was the mascot of Cheetos and people were like, dude, Chester the Cheetah's awesome. And I think even back then, people wanted action figures of him. Now we got him. And man, is he an action figure. This face, this head sculpt, it's phenomenal. It is really good. There's a little bit of paint mistake, but man, dude, this is seriously reminiscent of a very premium figure. And it's only, I want to say he was like 25 maybe, price point, roughly, with tax. Like plus tax. Yeah, again, that's, I think I'm just going to end up scratching it all the way off. Because it seems to want to just come right off. Maybe I'll get some peroxide and wipe it right off. Don't know yet. But I love this figure. I do. The paint application, aside from that spot, is really kind of spot on. It's phenomenal. I love the texture of it. It's really clean looking. It looks really, really nice. You can see that there are spots where they did a lighter spray, like a lighter airbrush, nice soft kind of gradient look, and then they gave him some darker spray along the edge of the nose just to give it that definition. I mean, they treated this figure as if he was a drawing or a work of art. They gave him shading, and I mean, there's not a lot of texture because he's a cartoon character, right? But look at the nose. There's like some stippling on the nose to give him like a real animal kind of look. It's phenomenal. This is by far one of my favorite new figures. Like he's just so fun. He's got some decent waist articulation. It's not amazing, but you can put him in different poses. There's only a few poses that Chesky needs. And I mean, the glasses are great. They didn't give him any eyes behind the glasses, but that's okay. I don't think he needs them. It would have been fun if he had like because like on the box, he's got like a bike helmet or a skating helmet. They should have given him a helmet that you could pop on him with a skateboard. Maybe that'll be the next version they make. I don't know, but I love this version, and I don't know. I can't. The words just won't come. Like, he's just great. I'm giving him a 9.5 only because of that spot. Otherwise, he'd probably get a 10. Well, okay, maybe 9.9. Those whiskers are kind of blah. But the look of him, and like his tail articulation is nice. Like, it's not crazy, but they gave him enough articulation to where you're not going to be ticked off at that tail. Okay? It gives a nice counterbalance for anything like forward moving. Let's go over his articulation, okay? So like he's got a double neck peg, right? So up on top he articulates, down on the bottom he articulates. Not an incredible amount, but enough to give you just a little bit more, right? The arms, 360 rotation with a ball peg, right? That's nice. The elbows bend better than 90 degrees. And he didn't have to have a double elbow joint, right? And they go out straight for the most part. They've got these weird little fur things on there that kind of get in the way a little. But it's still gorgeous looking. It is painted, so be wary of that when you're posing him. Don't be too rough with him. A lot of the Jada figures, they are painted in... The way I'm going to put it is grinding spots. Spots that, will grind. There's his leg articulation, goes straight up. Sorry. That's him doing a split. Right? But he's got a waist cut. He's got a hip cut. Or thigh cut, I guess. So you can rotate that leg out. The knees will bend better than 90 degrees. Not much better than 90 degrees, but enough. Enough for a Chester the Cheetah pose. And then down inside the shoe is a boot cut. And he swivels on that. You can see some paint mistakes. Like, I think that's just smudging. That's just spare paint. Because I believe it's all white. But foot articulation is pretty good. Here's the bottom of that foot. Jada Toys Inc. UK, CA. There's the information on the bottom of that one. He's licensed by Pepsi, because Pepsi owns Doritos, or Cheetos. I guess. I didn't know that, actually. His shoes are a little scuffed up, but they are very stark white, so you may be using a magic eraser on him from time to time. But overall, I mean, and then this tail. The tail swivels 360 degrees, and it's got a ball pin rocker, so it's nice. It looks really good. and it moves really nice. All of the joints move nicely. They're not too stiff. Like, you don't hear crazy plastic creaking, right? There's just a little bit. You can hear it. But that's mostly my fingers. That's my fingers rubbing against his gloves. I like the toothy smile. I think that's my favorite head. That's the way he's going to stay posed. But he is Chester the Cheetah, and he is so freaking cool. We're going to set him back here because we're going to take a look at this Cheeto bag. Okay? This Cheeto bag is like accurate as all heck. Right down to the printing on the bottom of the bag. They don't have any food facts on here. But they do have a spot for the food facts. Connect with Chester the Cheetah. Check him out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Nobody uses X. It's still Twitter for everybody. Everybody keeps kind of giving the middle finger to Elon Musk. So, and that's the bag. That's just the bag of Cheetos. Like, look at the detail they put on it. Like, that's, like, thank you, Jada. That is such a nice touch. Like, I can't wait to see the cereal box for Tony the Tiger. And then here's the Cheeto. If you didn't see that seam from the molding, you'd be like, is that a Cheeto? You gonna eat that? He's got a big Cheeto club. It's great. Speaking of, I need me a Cheeto. Hi, Chester. All right. Oh, yeah. All right, Chester. We're going to pose you out with a couple of photos, and we're going to do some final thoughts. All right, let's do it. Rah!
Hyperdellic.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have a Cheeto every time I start a new clip. Chester is phenomenal. This is an excellent... I get the hype behind him. I understand why so many people were like, dude, I got to have that figure. From the paint job that they do on him, right down to the sculpting, all of the details that are on this figure are beautiful. Jada does not, like, phone it in. Like, they get a property and they go, we're doing the best damn figure we can possibly do. Like, honestly, that's the mentality that shows through in the work that they do. I don't know how they, approach these things for real. I have never talked to June, their lead designer dude, or head of design or whatever. I can't remember what his exact title is, but dude does a phenomenal job. And I hope that he continues on, because the work that they are doing at Jada is beautiful. It is fun, and it is phenomenal. I give this figure a 9.8. The whiskers made it lose a percentage point, and that spot that I'm going to have to fix, that made it lose a little bit too. But those are superficial, and that's not, that spot thing, that's not an issue with everybody's figure. The paint job on the rest of this thing is spot on beautiful. It's phenomenal. It's really well done. The articulation is fantastic. The just the overall attitude and life that this figure has in it is really nice. The only other company that I would compare this to right now is maybe Boss Fight Studios, and I'm really looking forward to their Garfield because they do the same kind of quality work. Their figures are usually a little bit smaller, but yeah, I mean that's what I'm comparing this to. Is like Boss Fight Studios or Diamond Select when Diamond does a really nice paint job, because sometimes they do good, sometimes they don't do so good. But Jada, I haven't gotten a bad figure from Jada yet, and I don't even know what to say about that. Like, other than good job, guys. Like, keep this up. I am a fanboy, and I don't even like. It's so funny, like the properties that they do, they're kind of all over the place, right? Like, they got Mega Man, and they got Street Fighter, and they got serial, stars, and or mascots, and like, I'm hoping they do a Kool-Aid Man. I seriously am. I want a Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah. Come here, Chester. We're gonna talk to the kids and say goodbye to everybody. All right. Chester, tell everybody what they should do. You should eat some Cheetos. No, man. I mean, like, to support me. Oh, right. Over here, you can become a member of the channel now. Or you can just subscribe. And if you do, turn on notifications and like the video. You know, because I'm Chester and you like Chester. You like Cheetos, don't you? Cheetos are delicious. Cheetos are delicious, Chester. I think they're awesome. Alright. Alright, kids. Well, this has been Hyperdellic, showing you my Chester the Cheetah. And this is Chester the Cheetah saying, alright. Alright, kids. I love you all. Thank you for watching this video. And have a wonderful day. If this is the end of the day, I hope you had a wonderful day. Remember to play. Play all the time. Play lots. Play with all kinds of things. Just don't shove your Cheetos up your nose. I did that once when I was a kid, and then a cousin of mine did that once. And that doesn't ever turn out really well. You can't eat that Cheeto afterwards. You just can't. All right, kids. Remember to play hard. All right. Bye.